That is stupid. That is just stupid. And he should be embarrassed for even writing this down. If he even wrote it, which he probably didn't. I bought a VShred program, so you don't have to. So the video is going to be broken up into 3 parts. The first is going to be assessing this bonus all about muscle growth that has a ton of misinformation. The second is going to be reading some reviews of the app as a whole, which are really, really bad. And the third is going to be assessing the actual program, the big arm program that I bought. So they give you this sort of summary of how to build muscle, and a lot of it is just not correct. So I'm going to go through this now. I'll put them on the screen so you can read them as well. They say powerlifters are typically able to lift very heavy weights despite not looking very muscular. This is just not true. In fact, there's a very strong correlation between strength and size. And very strong powerlifters are always very big. Have you ever seen someone small squat 900 pounds or 1,000 pounds or bench press 600 pounds? Not going to happen. This is just categorically false. And lo and behold, just a few seconds later, it says there is a direct correlation between strength gains and hypertrophy, or muscle growth. Duh. And later it says, this is why continually shocking the muscles with different weights and exercises is so crucial. It's not. It's really not. You don't need that much variation in your programming. Ronnie Coleman, one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time, he did the same exact back workout for like 15 years. He didn't change it at all. He didn't feel the need to add some silly new exercise that he saw online. He just did the basic movements and got stupidly strong at them. And if you want to get bigger, that's going to be what you need to do. It goes on, soreness is typically attained over time by other mechanisms, the main one being lactic acid buildup. This is not true. If you do a bunch of eccentrics, that is not very metabolically difficult, and so you won't actually get a lot of lactic acid, but you're going to cause a lot of muscle damage and you're going to get a lot of soreness. Whereas if you do something like an exercise bike with sprints, intervals, you're going to get a ton of lactic acid but almost no soreness. So this is just completely false. I don't know how they can write this and not check it at all. They must have just literally no one who understands exercising at the company. Certainly, Vincent Sant doesn't know anything about it. Then it goes on and talks about the pump. It says, we have muscle glycogen to thank for this. The pump is related to muscle glycogen, but it's not caused by muscle glycogen. And then it talks about connective tissue growth. Your tendons and ligaments aren't growing when you get a pump, so that doesn't make any sense at all. Then it talks about how your nervous system needs time to recover, to recuperate. Not really. The nervous system recovers very, very quickly and is almost never the limiting factor. In fact, it is more the limiting factor for endurance, like marathon training, compared to weight training. I'll link a study, an article by Menno in the description below, documenting why central nervous system fatigue is a myth. And certainly for arms, it's not going to be the limiting factor. It also talks about if you're not getting adequate nutrition and rest, you might as well just not go to the gym. That's not true at all. Certainly you ideally want to recover well, but it's not going to be a waste of a workout if your recovery is not perfect. And this is just to sell you supplements. That's the only reason they put this in, to think that if you don't use these supplements, you're not going to get any results. Well, I take one supplement. Just one supplement, nothing else. Casein, and that's it. Then it goes on and it says, not only does each muscle need specific rest, but as does the whole body, general rest. You cannot specifically rest a certain area. You can't focus on your biceps to rest it harder than last time. No, that doesn't make any sense at all. And then it goes on and says, you are at a risk of possible overtraining and you will not grow if you don't have sufficient relaxation. If you're overtraining, it's partly because of your recovery, but it's more because of your training. And you can increase your recovery capacity to a certain extent, but if you're trying to do 50, 60, 70 sets per week for arms, it's very easy to do too much, as you'll see later. All right, and then it goes on and it says, this is why women will never gain muscle at the same rate as men. They do not have nearly as much testosterone in their bodies. It's true, women have about 15 times less testosterone than men, but women grow muscle at about the same rate as men. I'll link an article on Menno as well, and this might be surprising to you. Women start smaller, but if they train correctly, most don't, they can gain muscle very, very quickly. Honestly, very little difference between a woman and a man in terms of muscle growth. Then it talks about 30 to 90 seconds of rest between sets. This is probably not optimal. This has been studied. You're going to want to rest longer than this so you can get an actual quality workout instead of just using lightweight baby. It also says 2 to 4 hours immediately following your workout. The anabolic window is kind of a myth. Again, you're growing for 24 to 48 hours after, and so eating immediately afterwards is not super critical. You don't want to wait like 6 or 7 hours, but you don't need food right away. Then it talks about fiber type, and this is just super wrong. Fast twitch fibers respond better to high-speed exercises, but with high weight. So if you're using high weight, you cannot move it quickly. If you're using like 85%, 90% of your 1 rep max, you cannot move it quickly by definition. And fast twitch fibers don't respond better to fast movements. They respond better to heavy movements, which by definition will not be fast. So this is completely wrong. And then it talks about periodization, and they think periodization, which is splitting your training up by periods and doing something different every week or every few weeks, they think this just means high volume, multiple sets per workout or per week. High volume and periodization are two completely different things, and this honestly betrays their utter lack of knowledge when it comes to strength training. Then it talks about time under tension. I'll link a video on time under tension in one of those little cards up here somewhere. And time under tension is not a good metric for most people. And it says, you see skinny guys at the gym curling 60-pound dumbbells. That's almost 30 kilos. I've never seen someone skinny curl a 30-kilo dumbbell. That is a big amount of weight. That's quite a bit. And if you're curling that, even with poor form, you're not going to be skinny. And so this is just categorically false. If you see someone strong, they're almost always big. Then it talks about, I guarantee you are sore the next day. Soreness isn't always going to be a good metric to go by. If you're sore, if you're not sore, that doesn't always correlate with growth. Then it gives you this like exercise hack of elevating your shoulder. And this isn't elevating your shoulder. This is elevating your upper arm. So you curl up and then you elevate the upper arm, not the shoulder. So this bonus they throw you, it's misinformation or blatantly wrong, it's poorly written, it's not really anything of substance, and it is less than worthless. It is worth less than nothing. Alright, let's go through some of these reviews of the app. A lot of them are 1 star, a lot of them are pretty brutal, just scathing. I'm not going to read all of them, there's just a few here, and I'm not going to read all of each review. First one, this app just goes black 3 minutes into the workout. I don't know what's going on. All the ads I saw said this was completely free, and it wasn't. It's VShred. VShred is well known for giving bad advice. Are you tired of paying for trainers that don't care about you? He's doing exactly what he claims not to do. They say they will give you a 30-day money-back guarantee, but are saying that they cannot refund you and to contact Google to try to get your refund. Google says this goes against their policy, so they won't refund you. Scam. However, the diet plan is unreasonable and requires quite a bit of money to fulfill. Several weeks, never received the product. The support team has been completely unresponsive. Ridiculous amount of spam mail to get you to buy more. This program is a complete scam. Doesn't worth the money. You have to do all the calculation of calories and do your own plan. Not practical at all. I feel completely disappointed by the promises they made. I want my money back. I have tried and tried to view my meal plan, but the format looks like gibberish. So frustrating. It's terrible and expensive. It costs enough to pay rent for 2 months. Okay, if you have a choice between anything in fitness, even my plans, and your rent, pay your rent, okay? Use your rent money for rent, not on a training plan. The app is still trash. Giving you guys 1 star is a mercy. Ooh. What seemed like false advertisement actually is false advertisement. If they lie in the ads, they will probably lie later. That's true. After purchasing, I find these add-ons also need to be purchased separately. I immediately requested a refund, but no response. I have now requested my refund every day since then, now day number 5, and still no response. And then when you get angry and write a bad review, they reply, "We are sorry that's how you feel. Good luck, blah, 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 blah." And then they actually responded, "We are sorry for your experience." Good job. High EQ there by VShred. It gives me an error code back to back. By far the worst experience ever, immediately asking for a refund. I want a refund ASAP. This app does not work. I've uninstalled and reinstalled to no avail. No thank you. Don't sign in. This app is just marketing and spam. They want your email so they can spam you. If there was less than 1 star, I would give it. I really feel deceived. Whenever you click it, it wants to sell you one more thing. I hope I get the refund I requested. The only pounds you'll lose regularly is from your wallet. Within less than 20 days, I had 49 emails. 49, all suggesting, add this to your basket. These supplements will enhance the program. This is not what I signed up for. 49, not really an app you would want. There's no tracking system or alarm or calendar to help you with the exercise program. I thought the app would be more of an app I would want to use, but nope, 1 star. Not happy. The app is super glitchy and hard to navigate for some reason. Also, all I see is ads, 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 and I've gotten 30 emails since yesterday. All I want is my refund and to forget about this app, but it's hard to even get a hold of anyone. I just want a refund. And these are all pretty recent reviews, by the way. This isn't like 2007 or some shit. Every click redirects you to the site. The only way to remember what day you are on, write it down on a piece of paper. Laugh my fucking ass off. The pursuit of earnings is very annoying. Every morning you get an email from Vincent saying that the training without VShred supplements is impossible. Of course it is. And you should buy it right now as it will help your diet. And only today there is a big discount. Just for you. Alright, now let's get into the actual ARM program, something I know a thing or two about. So I purchased this program along with my friend Kara. She runs a challenge workout program here in China, and we were both curious. We've seen his ads online so much. We were just curious about if the program is good or bad, or we were just curious. So I'll link her social media down in the description below. Definitely check her out. She has lots of great content, and she's been at the fitness thing way longer than me, so give her a follow for sure. Alright, so the way they set up this program is where you're working your arms Monday, legs Tuesday, shoulders Wednesday, arms again on Thursday, Friday is off, Saturday is back and chest, which is again sort of a lot of arms, and then Sunday is off. Now, if you want to focus on your arms, I think higher frequency is actually a good call. If you want to work on a body part, work it twice per week or even 3 times per week. On the whole, I don't think it's horrible. Working your arms this frequently is doable for some people. Other people, you'll get achy wrists and elbows for sure, but some people can handle this. So in and of itself, this much frequency isn't a bad thing. And if someone wants to bring up a certain body part, I often recommend a frequency of about 3 or even 4 times per week. So actually, in terms of frequency, it's okay. One thing I do have a problem with, though, is that if you click on the workouts, you can click on these little green boxes and check them off when you're finished with the workout. They give you the arm day, the second arm day, but on the other workouts, they don't give you anything. They just say, complete your normal shoulder day, complete your normal leg day, complete your normal chest and back day. If you're a beginner, you don't know what to do for leg day. You don't know what to do for back and chest day. You might not even have a shoulder day. Once or twice in my life, I've done a shoulder workout. So if I purchase this program and I'm a beginner, I just have no idea what to do. You've essentially given me 2/7 of a workout. You've given me, 28 point something % of a workout, which I think is a little bit dishonest. If you give someone a workout, whether it's a custom plan or even just a cookie cutter plan, tell them what to do for the entire time. Don't just give them a little crumb of a workout. That's such bullshit. I'll put the actual workout on the screen, the arm workout. One issue that I have is they usually recommend 45 seconds to 1 minute of rest, which isn't really going to be sufficient. Arms aren't that big, so it's not like you're going to be out of breath, but you still want to recover so you can get quality sets. You want to be improving over time and getting stronger, and studies actually show that using more recovery time leads to more muscle growth. So this kind of like pump style training, it generally comes from people who are on steroids. If you're on steroids, short recoveries, going for the pump, it might actually make sense. But if you're natural, no, it's not going to work very well. In terms of exercise selection, I don't hate it. There's a few kind of weird exercises, like a caveman curl. Actually, this is just a concentration curl. They just wanted to seem cool or something. Generally speaking, the exercise selection is pretty good. Just they use pretty basic exercises, nothing too crazy or too fancy. Skull crushers, extensions, tricep presses, just very specific basic exercises which will grow your arms and are pretty good. So I'll give credit where credit is due. It's decent in that regard. The main criticism that I have with this workout is the crazy volume. You have 8 exercises, 4 sets each. So that's 32 sets per workout. If you do that once per week, you might recover by the next week. But you're doing it twice per week. You hit arms, and then you hit them again like 2 or 3 days later. And then you have a back and chest workout 2 or 3 days later after that. So essentially you're doing, plus shoulders as well, that's more triceps. So honestly, that is 32 plus what? Another maybe 10 sets from back and chest, and another maybe 5 sets from shoulders. That's a ton of volume. That's like, what, 80 sets maybe per week? That is stupid. That is just stupid, okay? There's no way you're going to recover from that if you're putting in quality work per set. Your quality is just going to be super low on this kind of program. Focus on getting stronger. Do the basic movements, but don't do them for this kind of ridiculous, excessive volume. Again, this probably comes from people who are on steroids and can recover really well. If you're natural, you can't recover from this much volume. I probably do like 10 or 12 sets per workout for arms. I sprinkle them in through the week, but 80 sets per week, that is just absolutely absurd. And he should be embarrassed for even writing this down. If he even wrote it, which he probably didn't. Another issue is the rep range. Sometimes it goes down to like sets of 4 for arms. That's not really going to be all that effective, especially on some exercises. If you're doing pushdowns for sets of 4, you're basically wasting your time. You're going to be using your abs, your lats, other muscles, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just not going to be all that productive for arm growth. Typically for arms, I suggest anywhere from maybe 6 at the lowest, but probably 8 to 12, 10 to 15, somewhere in that range. It's just going to be much more efficient when it comes to putting on actual size. They also recommend some form changes to your back and chest workout, and the form changes, I shit you not, it's taking barbell row from overhand to underhand. Wow, oh my god, VShred, thanks for enlightening us. The dip form change is going from more inclined to more vertical, more upright. Wow, how could we ever do that without you, VShred? Thanks so much, you're such a good guy. Where can I give you my money? Can I also buy some supplements? There are videos that come with the exercises, which is good because you can actually see how it's performed. However, the production quality is hilariously bad. The sound quality, the lighting, sometimes he won't know what he's saying or he'll mess up his words and they just won't refilm. If you're shooting a 45-second video and you mess up, just start over. How difficult is that? Not that hard. For them, like making millions of dollars, which they probably are off of this program, I saw 50,000 views on one of their videos that is unlisted, so these people bought the program. Honestly, it's shocking at how lazy the production is. Honestly, I make better videos, and that's saying something. All in all, don't buy this program. If I could give it less than 1 star, I would. The exercise selection is okay, but everything else is trash. The videos are garbage. The volume just doesn't make any sense. The frequency is okay, but as a whole, I think most people won't see very good results from this. The best you can do is survive. Maybe you'll get a pump sometimes, but just in terms of overall structure of the program, I can guarantee you none of them actually did this workout. VShred has never done this workout. No one who works at this company has ever done this workout. They just took a bunch of exercises, made a bunch of shitty videos, put them together in a plan, and threw them at a bunch of unsuspecting people on YouTube ads. And most of all, don't give them your email. They're just going to spam you and scam you and try to sell you bullshit supplements. I'll link a video in the description. Nalewanyj did a video on the supplements, and they are absolute trash. So don't give them your email, don't give them your money, don't give them your time, don't give them anything. And that's all I'm going to say on this subject. That's all for today. Have a good day, and I will see you next time. Peace!